Okay, so straight to it. Apparently there has been some leaks again. Take leaks with a massive pinch of salt. There apparently has been some leaks about the Veronica Remake that is supposedly the next remake from the franchise, and there's quite a few points to go over. What we'll do, similar to the RE9 video I did not long ago, go through each point, talk about it a little bit, see if it's likely or if it's not likely at all, and then at the end kind of give an overall opinion on the the points made as a whole. But again, with leaks, please don't take it as a fact until any official information has come out. Until then, just kind of ignore it. Alright, so starting off, it does say the game was in development since 2021 and it is planned to be revealed next year with a release of 2025. I kind of expected the next Resident Evil game to be in that kind of window with a 2024 announcement and the 2025 release, or a 2023 announcement and the 2024 release. So I'm not too sure the order in which they'll do it. I really did think the next RE game we'd see after 4 would be the next game. But if we're going to get another remake first, that's going to kind of be a bit of a diverse opinion, I think, if that happens. People love the remakes, and I'm definitely one of those people, but at this point, we've had a lot of them, and I just want to see the next game. I want to see what happens next in the story, rather than playing a game I've played already. Next up, it says the duration of the game will be considerably higher in comparison to the original, and the remake's going to kind of come in at about 14 to 15 hours. The intro section will be extended, featuring Claire before invading the Umbrella base, and some areas will be redesigned almost beyond recognition. I think that goes without saying that it's probably going to happen. Look at, Resident Evil 2 compared to the original. The game is probably a bit longer, not massively longer. I think the 2 remake is fairly short still, but again, it changed completely. Places would change, things look completely different, and it goes without saying that they'll probably add more stuff to the remake than there was in the original. So by all means, it's definitely going to be longer. This next point, I don't really know why this has even kind of been mentioned, but it says the game is being developed in the RE engine, being very similar to its predecessors in terms of gameplay and graphics. I'm pretty sure everyone knew that was going to happen, but I don't know why that's a point being made. Next section will again repeat itself, and it does say the intro will be extended. Will feature Claire apartment researchers, Claire invading the base, and also some narrations retelling some events of previous games. I think that's kind of some mistranslation, but what I'm getting from it is the intro of the game's longer. Maybe Claire will be doing some kind of research in her apartment, and before invading the base there'll be some kind of narration and going over the events of RE2 and previous events in Raccoon City. I think that's kind of what that's trying to say. Next bit goes into mention Rodrigo quite a bit. If you don't know who Rodrigo is, he's the prison guy that saves Claire and frees her right at the start of the game to let her out of her cell, and apparently if you give him items, it acts as side quests and you'll get things in return for helping him out. So he's being expanded on a little bit. Next part goes on to mention Steve. It says he's no longer a minor, which I didn't know he was. He's an 18-year-old adult now, and there'll be more areas where you play as him. His role is massively expanded, and you'll be able to play as him more in different areas, and areas where Claire can't get to, you can get to as Steve. That's pretty cool. Next bit's pretty interesting. So his next part says an anxiety bar will be added to the game, and it will be present on Claire and Steve, along with a new type of herb in the form of orange colour that will aim to reduce the anxiety level. Having high levels of anxiety will result in several drawbacks like hallucinations and distorted vision. That's a pretty cool system. I feel like I've seen that in the game somewhere before. I cannot place it, so if anyone does actually know where that came from, do let me know, but I feel like that's in the game already. Next up, this is something I've mentioned a few times before, but it says Alfred will not cross-dress as Alexia anymore. Instead, she will be a clone of the true Alexia. So I always said in the videos about Code Veronica that part of the game, that story beat, will definitely change, because I don't think that would kind of fly nowadays. I think people will kind of be upset that that was in the game, or just be angry about it, or whatever it may be. So it's no surprise that they've changed that a little bit. And last 2 points say the Tyrant will be a stalker during the game, similar to Mr. X and RE2. Not sure how I feel about that. Kind of got sick of pursuers in the games up to Village. I'm very glad we didn't get one in Resident Evil 4. And then last up, it does say Wesker will be more present in the game, leaving notes during the gameplay and dialogue in cutscenes with the Ashford twins. So that's pretty much it. There's not really a lot to kind of be specific about. It does kind of go over a general kind of idea of what the game will be like, rather than like specifics. There's a couple things in there, like the anxiety system and the Tyrant being a stalker and stuff like that, but it's not very specific. I think Steve having a bigger presence in the game is probably most likely going to happen, like they did with like every remake basically. Claire having more backstory and referencing the older games, again, would probably make sense. The game being bigger or longer makes sense because it's a remake, there's a lot more they can do, there's more room to work with, so the game would obviously be bigger. Interestingly enough, there was no mention of like Chris's section, so I'm not sure kind of why that isn't on this list at all, because surely, you know, there would be something involving him, unless the last point in those notes means, you know, Wesker will be more present in the game, including leaving notes within the gameplay, and dialogue and cutscenes with the siblings. If the siblings means Chris and Claire, or the Ashford twins, I'm not sure, it doesn't say, but we'll just assume it's Chris and Claire. But yeah, I think some of it sounds good, some of it kind of sounds very obscure, and some of it sounds kind of wishlisty, but as always, let me know what you guys think. Again, with leaks, don't believe a word of it until official information has come out. It's cool to discuss it, but do not take it as a fact. I am strictly reading this off of a Twitter post I saw a few days ago. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I can't seem to find where it actually came from, so that might be a red flag. But if anyone can, by all means find it and let me know. But again, just kind of take it with a little bit of doubt. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more Resident Evil content if you are new. And I'll catch you in the next one.